and I'm here to talk about why. So I'm literally gonna make this like a little diary entry, and you're gonna get unready with me. Yeah, not get ready with me, you're gonna get unready with me, and I'm just gonna like take off my makeup and get real with y'all. Let's just get into it. Let's get into it. The makeup is looking a little ratchet because I kind of wore it all day, and I also teared up because I went to this little concert thingy with my parents, which is gonna be on the vlog. What? She's making a vlog? Yeah, I've been vlogging. I don't know how well this first vlog is gonna go, but it's definitely like my guinea pig vlog, so we'll see how that goes. So let's see where to start. Honestly, this is definitely just gonna be no structure, very free flowing, just talking about like what's been up. Because I know last time I dropped a video I was like, oh, I want to stay consistent, I want to keep being consistent, and then I just disappeared off of the face of the planet. It's not that I haven't necessarily wanted to make videos, but it's definitely been a weird season for me to feel like I need to be making videos in. And what I mean by that is, okay, well, first of all, I've been pretty busy, which nothing new. Homegirl stays busy. I'm homegirl. A lot of the things that I talk about that have happened, like, they're gonna be in the vlog, and y'all are gonna probably see the timeline of events in the vlog. After I recorded the last video, I was kind of on this high of excitement. I was like, okay, I'm really excited to continue making content. I had a lot of ideas running through my mind just about like different videos that I could make. I did upload a reel on my Instagram, and yeah, after that I was like, okay, like what's next? And then life kind of hit me like a truck. So I went on a trip with my family, and that week I was kind of like going through the motions. I kind of like fell out of my routine that week, and then I went to Mexico. It was a great trip. It was definitely very emotional. It was my first time going that I can like actually make out memories from. It was really exciting to be able to see, you know, my family over there, my family's houses over there, the old house where my mom used to live. My family used to go very often, and then they stopped going around the time I was like 4 or 5, which means I didn't get to make memories over there in the way that my cousins did. So it was just like a little bit of like sadness or grief around the fact that I didn't really get to make that many memories over there. So that was just like one of the things. It was my mom's first time going in a really long time as well, on top of the fact that it was her first time going since both of her parents have passed away. And so just watching her go through the motions of that also made me very emotional. And the trip itself was actually really lovely. So I wasn't like sad in the sense of like, oh, the trip was horrible. It was a great trip. It was just a lot of emotions that came with it, and like that I had to acknowledge because of it. And that took me some time. After coming back from Mexico, I was kind of just sitting in those feelings, and I was like, okay, let me just feel this out. I don't really feel motivated to make any content right now. I just need to sit in this. And I feel like God was telling me to sit in that. I'm very thankful that God kind of just like sat me down and was like, just feel this out. Don't put any pressure on yourself to go do this, go do that. Like, don't do more than you need to, because you're already exerting a lot of energy. Before I continue, I'm going to go wash my face real quick. So I removed all the makeup with some micellar water, and now I'm gonna go in with my little balm and my face wash to remove all the excess makeup that might still be on my face. So I'll be right back. And I'm also gonna fill up this little water tank because I'm gonna steam my face. I've been steaming my face, and y'all, it's kind of been doing the thing for my face. I have very dry skin, so I feel like steaming it helps moisture kind of soak in better to my skin. But let me come back. I have washed my face. I'm about to steam it. I really hope this doesn't mess with the audio. It does make a little bit of noise, but it's kind of like far from the speaker, so fingers crossed. This is her. This is the steamer. My sister-in-law gave her to me. Very grateful. It works like a charm. And I've been trying to get into my self-care a little bit more because I was kind of neglecting that too for a while. I think I was just like definitely on go for a minute that I don't know, I guess I just like forgot to take care of myself. I feel like this period in my life I was being called to rest. I think I've just literally been on go since the year started, and I hadn't really noticed. I was on my grind with the gym and school and work and all of these things. I definitely wasn't making enough time to like just take care of myself and just get some good rest. Is that a mosquito or am I tripping? Anyways, so yeah, so definitely have been called to do more of that this season. I feel like I look so like maniacal with this steam in my face. Like I look like I'm evil right now. This is wonderful, by the way. If you can get a steamer, I definitely recommend. It's very nice, very relaxing. Anyways, so the reason why I feel like God was definitely working his thing with me so that I could rest was because, like I said, the week before I left to Mexico, I literally took completely off from the gym because oh my god, the mosquito was on my neck. Are you crazy? That is gross. I have a mosquito mark. Oh, I have to wash my hands. I'll be back. Okay, so the week before Mexico, like I said, I took the week off, and then I come back from Mexico and I'm like, okay, like I'm about to get back on my grind. And God was like, girl, no, you're not. I got sick. Well, at first I thought they were just like really bad allergies. And then I realized that it was not allergies at all because I kept taking allergy pills and they were doing nothing. But I was definitely sick for like a good 3 to 4 days at least. I can't remember. Brain was foggy. And now I'm barely recovering from the sickness. But during this whole time, I think a lot of stuff was just like being highlighted to me, which also made me realize the importance of rest, because like some of these things kind of like you can't really realize them if you're on the go all the time. You just don't have time to sit and think about some of the things that I was thinking about. So I think also God was trying to like make me stop making content for a little bit, just so that I could recenter on him, because once again, and I said this at the beginning of like my channel, but I'm on here for him, to glorify him. And so it's like I definitely want the focus to be on him at all times. Like I don't want to ever do this for the wrong reasons. Of course I enjoy like creating and I enjoy expressing myself and I enjoy editing, I really do, but at the end of the day, like I want to do it to glorify him, and that always comes first. I was trying to like maybe spread a message that I thought would glorify him, but he never told me to give that message, type of thing, you know. So he was also telling me like, you need to learn how to listen to me, and so that I learned. I'm still obviously learning, but I feel like I've definitely kind of fine-tuned my ear a little bit more, which has been nice, because yeah, like I said, I don't want to be on here if it's not like for him and if it's not because he told me to. And also another thing that I wanted to like point out is that you have to like learn how to identify the season that you're in so that you can steward the season that you're in. I think stewardship is very important, and learning how to navigate the season of your life that you're going through saves you a lot of headaches. I would always find myself in these seasons because life is cyclical. Things are bound to happen in your life where it's like I feel like everything in my life right now is telling me to rest, or I feel like everything in my life right now is telling me that I need to work harder, or I feel like everything in my life right now is telling me that I need to put some old habits down. I think that we always go through these seasons regardless of if you believe in God or not. But now that I do believe in God, I do know that they're orchestrated by him, and they are seasons that he wants me to go through. And so with that knowledge, I feel like it's easier for me to pinpoint like the types of seasons that I'm in. I don't think I'm in a season of like complete like, death, you know, because I feel like there are seasons where it's like everything in your life has to go if you want to survive this season. For me, has definitely just been like God trying to like prune me and, you know, gently telling me there are some things that you could be doing better to like walk into your purpose more. I think that's why he's been calling me to rest a lot more. When I say rest, I don't mean like I'm sleeping all day. I've been sleeping a lot more, I'll tell you that. But I've been focused more on like giving myself time to listen to him and try to be more intentional about the time that I do spend resting. And so I think right now he's just really like been trying to have me slow my pace down, even though there's a lot of stuff going on around me, and telling me you are allowed to slow down your pace and you'll still get things done. I think that sometimes like I get really overwhelmed and like I just try to be on go 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 all the time because my mind is constantly like running. Even when I'm resting, I'm not resting because I'm thinking about everything that needs to get done. And right now he's like, stop thinking about what needs to get done if you're not doing it in the moment. Like, you're gonna get to it and I'm gonna make sure that you get to it, but right now I need you to stay focused with me and like keep your focus on me. I think that's why I would crash so hard, because when I was on go go go, I never found time for rest, but then when I was resting, I never found time to go. So it was either complete productivity or complete procrastination, and there was no in between. And I think right now I'm starting to realize, even though I am in a season where he's calling me to rest, there are also times where I can be productive, and when I'm not being productive, it's time to completely unwind and rest and like be with him, you know. So that's been nice to realize through this process. It all sounds kind of like duh, but it's like one of those things that's easier said than done, and I was definitely not doing it, and I was definitely just putting these things on the back burner even though I know that they're important. With all that being said, content creation, it hasn't necessarily been the last priority I have because I've still been thinking about it. I still want to do it. I just think that he wanted me to spend a lot more time with him and prioritize that before I do anything else. So right now that I've been resting, I have just noticed a lot of things about myself. I've had a lot more time to be more aware of the things that I want to work on, the things that I feel like God is calling me to work on, so that I can like really step into whatever he has next for me. I definitely feel like it's a season of waiting, which can be very hard to want to keep following him in that, because there's no end in sight whenever you're going through a season of rest or waiting, or at least not until he reveals it to you, right? And so I think for me, that's been the biggest struggle right now. Trusting that he is taking me somewhere that he knows is best for me, and that he's like working, you know, overtime just to conspire for me, right? And I receive confirmation of that every time that something lines up and it starts to reveal a little bit more of the plan. Because like I think one of the biggest things that I've learned about God is that he's never gonna, or I don't want to say never, right, but like he rarely reveals everything to you all at once, right? Like if he has a plan for you, his technique is just so catered to you. So like for me, for example, literally my last video was about self-sabotage, and it's obviously something that I'm working on right now, and it's obviously something that I've noticed come up in my life. But if he were to reveal a really big plan for me, who's to say that I'm not gonna self-sabotage it right now, because I'm still working on that. So that's kind of what I mean by the fact that he's just so strategic in the way that he reveals things to us and in the way that he shows up for us. Like, I think it just all goes back to trusting him and trusting that he always knows best for you, which can be really hard, especially when you can't really see what he sees. It's kind of discouraging sometimes. I think this season has really just allowed me to understand that his pace is always going to be better than mine. I don't want to operate on my pace, I want to operate on his. And so yeah, I think that's just what's been on my mind recently. It's kind of why I've gone on a little hiatus. Like I said, right now I'm still kind of going through that season. So, you know, bear with me. I think I'm gonna try to make like an April vlog, but when I'm editing it, I'll see how long the video turns out to be, and maybe I'll split it up into 2 videos. I will have more things coming out slowly but surely, but right now my focus is definitely on honoring God, honoring the season that I'm in, and honoring myself. So if you wanted to know where I've been, that's where I've been. And yeah, I just finished getting unready. I'm glad that you stuck through the video. If you did, thanks for listening, thanks for watching, and thanks for being you. I'll see you next time.